Hi Sagittarius, Happy New Year. Welcome to your monthly reading for January 2024. Thank you as usual to everyone who watches, likes, shares, comments on the videos, subscribes to the channel. If you want a personal reading, see the description box for information on that. These are the oracle decks I'll be using for today's reading. We're going to begin with a message from goddesses, gods and guardians. And the messages are for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. So for January 2024, what do Sagittarians, Sun, Moon and Rising need to know? What's the main message, main theme for January 2024? So you have two. Let's see what they say. You have, right, the transformation card. So you've got Butterfly Maiden, Beautiful Change. Ooh, I like this one, Artemis, Brave Spirit. That is actually nice, and it is making me think of that kind of fighting spirit. So I'm not going to read, I'm probably not going to read both of them. I mean, this one, as we know, it is a card of transformation, butterflies, transformation, that sort of thing. But I'm going to read the Artemis message. I might read a little bit from the Butterfly Maiden card just to pick out any key points. So hopefully you can see that clearly. I think that's all right, isn't it? So let's look at Butterfly Maiden first. So it says, keep your thoughts positive, rejuvenation is in the air. So looking at the book, as I say, it is about transformation. I don't know why they're saying taking the rough with the smooth comes to mind as well, because obviously when you transform, it can be difficult, can't it? It can be very difficult. I'll read the invocation and the little, just, there's additional meanings. They're just little sort of bullet points. So the additional meanings say, your positive efforts will pay off very soon. Say yes to this opportunity or invitation. Appreciate the beauty that surrounds you daily. The invocation says, change is good for me. I expect the best. Right, and then let's look at the Artemis message. And I'm just checking on the camera if you can actually see that. Yeah, I think you've got that, haven't you? And I mean, looking at it, it kind of does give Sagittarius vibes, doesn't it? Because she's got the sort of the bow and arrow. There's a, I'm assuming it's a stag. Well, a deer stag. Yeah, because a male deer is a stag, isn't it? In the background. We think of Sagittarius as being the archer. So let's see what it says in the book. Set out on your own path, the wilderness is calling. So Artemis is the Greek goddess of the wilderness, nature, childbirth, and the moon. The temple built in her name at Ephesus was one of the 7 wonders of the world. Revered for her courage and untamed energy. Oh, that's classically what you associate with Sagittarius, isn't it? Courage and untamed energy. Artemis is a protectress of women. She was patron deity of an ancient female warrior race called the Amazons. Artemis and the Amazons are considered the original feminists as they lived outside the prevailing patriarchy. Artemis represents the independent, wild, feminine spirit beyond patriarchal societal control. With her band of woodland nymphs, she roamed freely, immersed in nature, unconstrained by notions of what or who she should be. The message says, you may be feeling filled with self-doubt, but Artemis is here to fire up your courage. Be daring and step into uncharted territory. Watch the fears just melt away as you embrace your inner warrior. Developing self-sufficiency is a positive step for you now. Do you ever spend time alone to nourish your inner life? Artemis invites you to view solitude as an essential spiritual practice, especially if you rarely have an interval between intimate relationships or are always surrounded by people. The wilderness is a term that describes both the uncultivated natural world and a state of inner oneness that has always existed within you. The wilderness within can be discovered through communion with external wilderness, whether it's a spiritual retreat in the forest or just an hour away from regular life in the local park. Meditate and ask yourself, what might my brave spirit want me to know? Let the answer arrive like one of Artemis's arrows. Let this arrow pierce and dissolve all your fears of independence, adventure, and new territories. Additional meanings: be proactive in women's rights and or initiatives that protect women from harm and injustice. Take a vision quest or nature retreat. Engage in outdoor pursuits such as hiking, horse riding, or while swimming. Being more independent will benefit you now. The invocation says, "My spirit is free. I am my own authority." I quite like that message. So if there is a change going on for you, as the Artemis card says, it may be a change into more independence, being more free-spirited, taking time out from possibly from people or groups if they've had too much control over you, fearlessness as well. But let's see what the tarot cards say. And I actually meant to do the tarot cards before I read the messages, but I keep doing that, keep making that mistake, but it's fine. It doesn't impact the meaning of the reading, so it's fine. So again, let's get the main theme for Sagittarius. Right, you've got the Knight. Nope. Okay, I'm getting a strong no on that. Right, try again. Main theme. If it comes out again, that will be hilarious after I said no. But let's see. Right, Ten of Swords. So this is about where things need to change, isn't it? Where something needs to end and something needs to change. What's your energy specifically? Try that again. Although that does make sense looking at it. These were what I wanted to come out. It was. Wow, that is very much of someone freeing themselves like a free spirit, isn't it? But I'll try that again. Well, that's a fighting spirit as well, isn't it? That is a brave spirit as well. The Seven of Wands, standing up for something, yourself, your life, your path, your choices. Let's see what the external or surrounding energy is. This deck is really acting weird today. Right, external or surrounding energies. Okay, Five of Cups, Six of Pentacles. I'd kind of get the impression that somebody might be feeling the loss of you, strangely, especially if you've been quite generous towards someone or a group or something, or you've given a lot of yourself. It's almost like I'm getting the vibe of they're gonna miss that, or yeah, there's just a sense of, it definitely feels like well, I shouldn't say definitely yet, but it feels like the energy of others. You know, sometimes with the external energies, for me, it can be just a surrounding energy that's pushing you to do something. It feels a lot like the energy of someone else. But let's continue. So let's look at the past energy. Could also be an energy that could be the independence actually as well. In terms of if you have relied on a particular person, group, community, whatever, others for support. It could be an energy around you of loss as well. But I mean, you've got the Ten of Swords. So either way, whether it is someone else or it's you, there's an ending there. Right, past energies. So we've got the Devil, right? I mean, that's, yeah. It's kind of an energy of disturbing someone's peace, the Devil with Temperance. I mean, the Devil is about being held back, restricted, etc. But I am specifically getting the message of disturbing my peace. Because Temperance, for me here, I mean, it is to do with harmony, equilibrium, balance. The Devil that disturbs that, doesn't it? Right, so current, present energy. You've got the Star. That's a good energy. I mean, that can be where you're kind of freeing yourself with the Star. Potential future energy. Or you can consider that to be like an energy of rejuvenation as well. So future. That's the original free spirit, the Fool. 100%, and the Empress. And for me, I often say that the Empress is it's a card of self-care. It's self-empowerment, self-care. There was a lot about nature in the Artemis card as well. She is like the queen of nature. Well, she's even higher than a queen if you want to get into hierarchies, but yeah, she's the queen of nature as well. And as much as we talk about physical nature here, when we speak of the Empress, it's giving, for me with the Fool and the Empress there, it's feeling like what's natural to you. So the Empress is in what's natural to you, like being naturally who you are. If you've had anything that's made you feel restricted or not feel like you can be yourself, as I say, these energies, you've got the free spirit there and someone who can naturally be themselves and do what comes naturally to them. So let's get you a card of advice. Strength. I mean, that's, for me, that's courage, brave spirit again. So this is a really nice energy you've got here. I mean, obviously you've got some difficulty up here with the 10 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, the 7 of Wands. You've got the Devil as well, but it feels positive. It feels like winning the battle, to be honest, or winning a fight. Not in a literal sense, but well, it could be for someone. But yeah, overcoming and freeing yourself as well. So let's look at that 10 of Swords to get the details behind the ending as the main energy. So you've got the 2 of Pentacles. Wow, 7 of Swords. That could very well be an escape from whatever you were doing. Again, referring back to this energy here, if there was something where you were giving a lot to someone or something, that's that energy. It feels like the energy of giving, juggling, balancing, whatever it is here, external to you. This almost feels like the escape, where you escape from it, where you sort of leave the bullshit behind, or the need to do that. Anything else? You've got the Queen of Cups. Yeah, I'm not surprised she's there. King of, wow. I love this energy, Sagittarius. I do love this energy. So with that Queen of Cups, King of Swords and Knight of Swords, that really feels like taking your power back, or the need to take your power back, because the Queen of Cups, it's where you're in tune with your feelings, aren't you? You know how you feel. And with the King of Swords, it's almost like, and I feel these 3 energies are you. They don't feel like someone else. They feel like your energy. In fact, all of them feel like your energies. But specifically the Queen of Cups, King of Swords and Knight of Swords feel like your energy. So you've got that Queen of Cups side of yourself, the emotion side, where you're in tune with your emotions. You recognize how you feel, you acknowledge how you feel. And then you've got that King of Swords. It's almost like he wants to protect the Queen. He wants to honor the Queen's feelings and what she wants and what she believes in. And then you've got the Knight of Swords there as well. So you may have already had some sort of conversation, discussion, whatever, with someone or a group of people or whatever, to express how you felt, that you haven't felt honored, or that's something that's needing to happen for things to change. What do I want to be nosy with? Let's have a look at that Knight of Swords. As I said, I do feel like the 7 of Swords is like escaping from this 2 of Pentacles. I might look at that as well, just to see if I get something specific. Knight of Swords, let's see. So the first card you get, 9 of Pentacles. I mean, that is independence. It's liberation. It's taking care of yourself, isn't it? Okay, yeah, I'll leave that. I mean, that's your truth, isn't it? That you want more freedom. You want to look after yourself. Let's look at the 2 of Pentacles to see if it can tell us what the juggling is or was. And even if it doesn't, I will give some examples. Let's just get one more for that. I mean, the first thing I can say about this 2 of Pentacles, I mean, there's a side of it here where it's like your light's been dimmed or your spark's been dimmed. So, you know, where it kind of prevents you from going off on your path, because you're so wrapped up in doing other stuff that you can't, what's the words I'm looking for? You can't focus. There's something else that I usually say with this as well, and I can't think of it. It just saps your energy, it drains you, and then you don't have energy for anything else. But let's get one more for that 2 of Pentacles. You can't answer your calling. I'm getting with the Judgment. It's like it won't say specifically here what you may have been juggling or dealing with, but whatever it was, it's kind of interfered with you being able to answer your own calling, follow your own path, follow your own passions. It could be, there could be a number of things that this could be. It could be extend like family. And I'm not, I mean, the family things can be different for different people. Like for some people, it may be that you have too much responsibility in your own home with your family and you're not getting enough support and help. It could be with your kind of extended family where there are just issues, and the extended family, like sisters, brothers, uncles, aunts, whatever, have certain expectations of you, but it serves them a lot more than it serves you. Like, and I'm not talking about if someone is really vulnerable or something like that. I mean more along the lines of, and people are just taking advantage of your generosity. I'm speaking of that. It could be with friends. It could be in a romantic relationship where you've had an unbalanced relationship with your partner. It could be at work. If you're in a job where you've got 10 employees, but for some reason you seem to be doing 90% of the work and everybody else has 1%, so those kinds of vibes. Okay, yeah, I'm going to leave that there and move on. But as I say, there's an ending there where you are now, you're kind of wanting to honor what you want, your freedom, your independence, anything that's kind of kept you restricted or distracted. Even with that Two of Pentacles, it's like, yeah, nah, I need to kind of focus on looking after myself and pursuing my passions at this point in time. Can't be a puppet on a string. I often get puppet on a string with the Two of Pentacles, to be honest. So let's look at your energy. Seven of Wands. I mean, as I say, that is an energy where you are standing up for yourself and what you desire and what you want to do and who you are. So Seven of Wands. And it could even be, if it's not that you've given too much of yourself to people, it can be where you have certain ideas and plans about what you want to do, but you've gotten opposition from that. And the free spirit part can be sort of, and it might not even be people that are close to you. It can be society, can't it? If you want to do something that's outside of the norm, outside of the box, it's sort of rebelling against that, but for your own benefit. Rebelling against that and saying, you know what, F this, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do what I want to do that honors me. So you've got an Ace of Pentacles there. Okay, that's interesting. Because it is actually connecting to what I just said about if there is something that you wanted to do that's out of the box. It's like there's an opportunity here. But obviously with it being in reverse, sometimes, as I've said, that can be a work in progress for me, as a meaning for me in tarot. But that could be something that you see as valuable. But with that thinking outside of the box, others just don't get it. They don't understand. They don't see the point in it. Can sometimes be to do with jealousy as well, potentially. So I've got the Devil in reverse. I think I'll be looking at the Ace of Pentacles on its own. I mean, I feel like I'd mentioned about winning a battle. If the Devil is the energies that hold you back, restrict you, etc., then this is you battling against the Devil, and it looks like you're winning if the Devil's in reverse. But as I said as well, in terms of doing something that's outside of the box, the devil energy, whatever that is for you, could have been what was holding you back from opportunity, whatever the opportunity is for you. You've got the World here. So as I say, it's like you're winning the battle against the devil and you're able to take yourself into a new cycle, which is the change, isn't it? And that's a massive battle, because when you think about it, the Seven of Wands is just minor arcana. The devil is massive. The devil's major arcana. That is a huge battle to take on. So you've got the High Priestess in reverse. And you then have the, well, Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Six of Swords. Okay, I'm going to look at the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Star. Yeah, that's just an opportunity where it is a work in progress. And you, as I say, you may have had to fight a battle to even be able to just choose that path, is what I'm getting. You might not have even taken complete action yet. It's just the desire to do it, the hope, the wish. Let's look at the High Priestess in reverse. I have an idea what that means, or I have a couple of ideas what that means. But let's just, nope. No, let's try that again. One of the things I was going to say, one of the meanings of the High Priestess in reverse is that it's when you reveal what you know, what you've been thinking, what you've been feeling. It's where you open up. That's one meaning. Another one can be where, with it being in reverse, is where you you've sort of held back on your intuition. You've resisted it, to be honest. But let's look, the High Priestess. I think it's where you've revealed the truth of what you think, what you feel, what you know. I think that's where you've, yeah. So you may have spoken, you may have already had conversations, or you're on the verge of that, in terms of revealing the changes you want, how you want to free yourself, that sort of thing, with the Ace of Swords and Wheel of Fortune being there. Yeah, you probably have done that. If not, then a work in progress. You've got the Knight of Wands there. Again, it's that energy of fearlessness, isn't it? The Knight of Pentacles, it's like you've decided, so you've got the fearlessness there. You're ready to fight for whatever it is you want and go on your adventure. And the Knight of Pentacles, it's where you commit to taking the steps that need to be taken to kind of go on your journey. And Six of Swords can be a journey, can't it? Go into calmer waters, leaving the drama behind or whatever's held you back, to go towards what it is that you need to have that sense of peace, harmony, whatever it is you desire. Let's have a quick look at the Devil out of curiosity. Queen of Pentacles. Home. Wow. So there really could be something here with someone who, the mother was the very first thing that came out here for me with that Queen of Pentacles. And then you've got the Four of Wands, which is, it's home life, isn't it? There could be changes in your home life and your family life in terms of how much you give. I don't know, for someone, there might be someone who has an overbearing mother or mother figure in their life. That could be an issue for someone. But overall, if you're fighting a battle against the devil, it's definitely that you are nurturing yourself more and focusing on your own security and foundation. Even if it's not physical, it's your internal foundation and what you value. Let's get one more, if it will come out properly. Yeah, so whatever's held you back from nurturing yourself and your own inner sense of security. So I've got the Page of Swords. Let me get one for the Page of Swords on its own. I mean, that can be immature communication sometimes, can't it, when it's in reverse? I don't think it shows up for me that often. In reverse, it can be immature communication. It can be where once you're able to sort of nurture yourself more and focus on your own security, you are able to develop, or have been able, because this might be explaining the battle that you've been going through, you're sort of able to develop that new truth of what your spark is, what your passion is, what you want. So the Page of Swords, it could be that work in progress type energy where by taking care of yourself, you sort of turn it around, and then you can figure out what you really want, what you really desire. So let's put these back in the deck. We're going to move on to that external energy. Again, I said it may not be the only meaning, but it really big time feels like someone feeling the loss of you. It really does. So if it was a romantic partner, it's like, shit, what have I done? I should have given more myself. I should have made it more balanced. If it's a job, they might be feeling the loss of you as an employee. Family members, they might kind of realize their mistake, or they realize what it's like if you're not there at their beck and call, if that's what's been going on. I'm getting the thought of someone with an adult child. Okay, yeah, I think it's because I was watching Step Brothers last night, actually, why that's come to mind. I was watching that film Step Brothers. Spoiler alert, where the guys are like in their 40s and they live with their 60-odd-year-old parents, and they're just... I find that film hilarious. I know it is completely wacky and over the top. But you know what? I feel like films are to be enjoyed. And the thing is, I actually studied film studies. I graduated with a degree in film studies and philosophy, but I've never cared for film critics or that sort of thing. I just think, just enjoy fucking film. You know, just whatever your taste is, enjoy it. Whatever your preference is, enjoy it. You don't need to, I mean, as much as I enjoyed analysing the films and stuff, as I say, in terms of critics, I just feel like just let people enjoy their favourite genre. You don't have to get that deep, you know. Sometimes, I mean, and don't get me wrong, there are films I watch and I do get lots of I get messages from them. I learn philosophies from films, psychology from films, etc. But in terms of like critics, as in literally criticizing things, I just don't see the point, to be honest. But yeah, that's that film. So yeah, as I said, you might have an adult child who needs to learn to get their shit together, basically. And as I say, it might be because I watched that film last night, which it's absolutely insane, to be honest. It is a mad, mad, mad film. But yeah, that was extreme. That was an extreme example. But who knows? Somebody could be experiencing that. Right, Five of Cups, Six of Pentacles. So we've got the Page of Cups there. I mean, I did say adult child, didn't I? The Page of Cups is a literal kid. But yeah, that's funny that came out after I said adult child. So you've got the Ace of Swords, Ten of Cups, Four of Wands energy again, that home life. I mean, Ten of Cups, Four of Wands, that is that home life energy again, isn't it? And you've got the Queen of Wands. I feel like that Queen of Wands is probably you, possibly. The Ace of Swords, I believe, well, the Queen of Swords as well, but the Ace of Swords, I believe it can be to do with boundaries. Let's look at the Ace of Swords. No, let's look at the Page of Cups first of all. I mean, as I say, if it's not literally another person, and I've said it in multiple readings for some reason this month, I feel like saying it, that any messages I give, if I give a new meaning, it's not negating the previous meaning, it's just an additional message. So as I said, it could be another person sort of recognizing that the loss of you and they need to get their shit together. It could also be, if we want to get into that whole inner child stuff, about honoring what your inner child needs as well. Because you've got the Ten of Cups there, you know, what is the truth about your happiness and your security and what you need. We've got the Strength card there. It takes courage to be vulnerable enough to sometimes to sort of really go that deep and have that much of a deep dive within yourself, especially if you've just been pushing everything down and getting on with it. And you know, let's get one more for the Page of Cups. We've got three more. Right. So yeah, as I said, if it's you, it's that it's sort of recognizing that you need support too. You can't just be everything for everyone and thinking about what you really want. If it's another person, as I say, this could be someone who is kind of, they come across as vulnerable. They may not literally be vulnerable. It's just that they need to buck up and kind of take care of themselves and not rely on other support so much. Let's look at that Queen of Swords, which I said I feel that's your energy. And the thing is, if the Five of Cups does represent more of your energy, you may feel sad about not playing that role of supporter and being generous anymore. You may feel guilty about that, even if it's something you've done for a very long time. You might be like, God, I don't know if this is the right thing to do. I'm letting people down, etc. Which is understandable, but you know, how much of a sacrifice is it? Is it too much? Has it gotten to a point where it's too much? So we've got the Queen of Swords again. You may have spoken, you may have had a conversation, because we've still got cards of communication coming up with the Ace of Swords and Queen of Swords. You might have said, you know, it's time that I need to look after myself better and have a bit of time for myself. And Queen of Pentacles, it's a card that is to do with nature again, and to think about what's natural to you. So we've got the Emperor there. I mean, for me, that's about taking back your power, your control. Hermit, that is going off to figure things out for yourself, rather than being outwardly focused on what's going on around you and what everybody else needs. It's taking that time to yourself to figure out what you need and what you want. So let's move these and get onto that past energy. So looking at the devil, the temperance card, I said already that it's like disturbing, having your peace disturbed in the past. So the devil and temperance, please, what do we need to know about that? The devil and temperance. Right, we've got the magician. He feels, I've said it before, I've got this thing, this magician is from the Gilded Tarot, and there are times in readings where he comes up as a really dodgy, sinister energy. I think this is one of those times, possibly. I mean, I think I'll clarify him on his own, but I've noticed that any readings where there's manipulation, abuse, that sort of thing, he shows up, and he's showing up with the devil. So that potentially can be those manipulative energies. It could also be an indication for you about taking your power back. But let's see what else comes up with it. Yeah, I think it's more along the lines of that manipulative energy this time, with the Five of Cups coming up next to it. And I would say that Five of Cups feels more like you, where you have potentially been manipulated, or, as I say, I'm getting that kind of puppet on a string energy again. And you know, sometimes people can be, yes, obviously people can be manipulative because they're just being a prick, but sometimes they do it without necessarily even realizing as well. I know that sounds weird. I know that sounds really weird, but that can happen. You know, like one example I could give is, say if you had elderly parents who sort of want you to be at their beck and call because they do need the help, but then, you know, it could be that there are other family members or other people that can support them as well, but they're like, no, I want you to do it. And it's like, but hang on a minute, that's not fair. If there are other people that can help and are willing to help, why does it always have to be me that does it? So, you know, it's like, maybe it's that they feel comfortable with you. So for them, they just feel like, oh, well, this is just the person that I feel comfortable with. But then at the same time, it might be burning you out, you know? So that, you know what I mean? Manipulation, that kind of sense where they're not 100% aware of what they're doing. Like they think they're just taking care of themselves, but you need looking after as well. So anything else to follow on from that? Right, we've got the Death card. I wonder if someone has passed away as well, and it's not often, and this is past energy, so it's already happened. I'm not predicting a death. I was thinking that with the Five of Cups, that possibly someone's passed. I don't know if somebody might be using a death to guilt trip someone. Again, going back to that example, like say an elderly parent or something. I'm not knocking old people at all. I actually get on very well with older people. So, but you know, like if a parent had passed away or something, and then the remaining parent who's still alive kind of just, again, as I said, wants you to be at their beck and call constantly, and it's like, but hang on a sec, you know, they might be the kind of elderly parent who is actually capable of doing what they can for themselves. I mean, obviously they won't be able to do it forever, but they still can do it for themselves. But maybe they're lonely, you know. Maybe they are doing it on purpose, and they're kind of guilt tripping people. Because I mean, sometimes parents can do that. Unfortunately, they can guilt trip their kids and say, "Oh, well, I did this for you and I did that for you," which, yeah, they did. Obviously, they did, but that doesn't mean you get to control your child and manipulate them. They're allowed to have their own life as well. You don't just get to bring up that I did everything for you every time you want them to be at your beck and call. You literally can't. You don't have the right to treat them like a puppet on a string. God, I don't know why I'm going on that trip so much. Right, we have the Emperor here. Somebody's father could have passed away. Somebody's father could have passed away, to be honest. Or if the father hasn't passed away, a mother passed away, and the father might be someone who's kind of draining someone's energy. If it's not, other than that, what I'm getting from the Death card and the Emperor is it's where this, yeah, that Magician card is giving me bad vibes today. It's just saying that this manipulation, whatever's sort of messed with you, and kind of made you feel at a loss, it needs to change, or it needed to change because it's past energy and you needed to get your power back. Let's just get one more for that. Yeah, needing to take your power back, that rejuvenation energy again, and needing to kind of move away from that and kind of take control, because the Chariot is about mastery and taking control and discipline and following your own path as well, isn't it? So let's put that back. So yeah, disturbing your peace in the past energy. So you've got the Star, strength. As I think I said before, I mean, it can be rejuvenation, but it's like hope, new hope that you can do things differently and you can get what you need to take care of yourself with the Star energy. So you've got the Five of Wands. The word recovery is strongly coming to mind. So any challenges that you've had to deal with and face, whether it is in work, family, romantic relationships, friends, community, etc. There might even be something, and there's no hierophant, but with, like with religious or spiritual groups as well, where they just put a lot of expectations on you. I mean, I have heard stories about certain groups where they basically just spend all of their time nitpicking and attacking people for stuff like if they don't wear the right thing, if they don't eat the right food, or don't eat the food in the right way. And so it's like, what the fuck has that got to do with you? Well, no, it's part of their the rules of their religion, but it's quite strict, extreme rules that it's like you sort of. And I mean, obviously, it's everybody's choice what they believe in, but and it's things where it feels like nitpicking, and you're like, how does that determine if you're a decent, good person in that religion or not, because you didn't wear your clothes right, or because you ate with the wrong utensil or something like that? But anyway, I think when it gets to that point, it's kind of cult level, isn't it? I mean, that's just my opinion, and if anyone has any thoughts, views, stories about that. But yeah, I think when it gets to that level of strictness and nitpicking, we do have to question, am I now in a cult? So yeah, there could be something there for someone like that. Right, Queen of Pentacles. Again, it's giving vibes of nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself, possibly. Because you may have spent too much time taking care of others, or being the rock for others. So what did I say? Recovery, rejuvenation. Those words come to mind. Anything else? King of Wands in reverse. That King of Wands energy, right, I might look at that, because I don't know if that's about, again, needing to get your power back or recovering your power, or if it is manipulative energy that you need to battle against, or continue the battle against, or finish even ending the battle, to be frank. That might be the title of your video, actually, ending the battle. Because Nine of Wands as well, actually, it's nearing the end of the burdens, isn't it? And he's clearly been in a battle, so you might be needing to end the battle with this energy. If it is, for me, when the King of Wands is in reverse, sometimes it can be more of a manipulative energy, and I think they can, I don't know if it's the King of Wands or the King of Swords. It could be both of them, actually, where when they're in reverse, and depending on what the reading is and the other cards that come out with it, can be known as narcissistic energies. So anything else for that? Okay, yeah, there's the possibility, yeah. So definitely recovery, rejuvenation, from energies that have worn you down, challenged you, you felt you've had to battle with. There's a strong sense of battle in this reading. I guess it's because of the Artemis energy as well. Let's look at this King of Wands and see who this is. So again, I mentioned something about someone's father, possibly, or a father figure or male figure. I mean, obviously, I've mentioned that it could be a female figure. Somebody's mother might be manipulative as well. But yeah, I'm getting, with the King of Wands, male figure. Yeah, I think that King of Wands is like a male figure that's possibly worn someone down and stressed them out. Let's look at the Queen of Pentacles, actually, because I think it was her that I said I wonder if someone's mother has kind of worn them down as well. No, that's your energy. Yeah, Empress, that's your energy, or your need to take care of yourself if you've been like a mother to everybody else. Right, so I will leave that there. So in the present, it looks like sort of recovering, healing, finishing off the battle, rejuvenation, and having that sense of hope that things can actually change and you don't have to stick with this shit. So let's get on to the Fool, the Empress. As I said, that's the free spirit energy, the energy of, self-care, self-love, doing what's natural to you, becoming who you are naturally, or being who you are naturally. So the Fool and the Empress, please. I mean, I can already see the advice is to be strong, to be brave, to have that brave spirit type energy and the courage to kind of persevere and keep going with it. It might take a while for the battle to be over. So you've got the Page of Pentacles. It feels like, I mean, it's starting again. I love that, the progression. This has been happening quite a lot in the readings, actually, with the progression from the pages to the kings. Yeah, so as I said, it's the energy of taking care of yourself. If you feel like you're starting from scratch and you want to do things differently now, it's taking care of yourself. Learning, I mean, there is an energy of learning. Look at the way the Page of Pentacles is looking at the King of Pentacles. This is what you want to become. You want to become stable. You want to be independent. You want to be able to build your own life the way you want it to be. You've got the Moon there, so you might still be, I mean, I did say learning. It's like figuring it out. And you may not have all the answers just yet. Yeah, you probably haven't got the answers. Haven't got all of the answers. I mean, this is future energy as well. So it feels like with the Moon and the Two of Swords, still trying to kind of figure things out as a future energy. I mean, obviously, if you've got the Fool there, that is kind of going into the unknown a bit, isn't it, as well? I might look at the Two of Swords. Actually, I might get a card for the Two of Swords and the Moon combined to see what it is you need to figure out. Although if the Moon's there, it's a mystery, isn't it? It means you're not going to know. So yeah, we've got the Star again. This time, the Star, it is still about rejuvenation and recovery and hope and that. But as I said, this is an energy of figuring out what you need to do. And that's like the light that guides you on your path. Actually, let's have a look at the Moon and the Two of Swords. If you're trying to figure it out, it probably won't say specifically what it is, because the whole point is for you to figure it out, not for me to say this is what it is necessarily. So for the Moon and the Two of Swords, for some it could still be about how to free yourself fully. No. For some it could be about gaining your own independent sense of stability or greater stability. All right, let's look at the Star. You've got Temperance. I mean, one of the main points here would be restoring your sense of peace. Like, that part of that is your guiding light, is restoring your peace, whatever feels like peace to you, whether it is moving away from everybody and just living by yourself and starting a new life somewhere else, or setting hard boundaries with everyone about what you will and won't do. As I say, there is an energy of following your dreams here as well, but there's a sense of peace, wanting to get your peace back. Right, yeah, I mean, the Five of Swords is what disturbs your peace. This is what would have held you back before from exploring, and possibly even with who you are as well, because remember I said being naturally who you are with the Empress. This energy might have held you back from being who you are naturally. Let's look at that final card of advice, the Strength card, which I've already said I feel like it's courage, it's resilience, it's bravery. It's keeping up continuing to battle, because it feels like for some, if not everyone, it's ongoing. It doesn't feel like it's finished yet. So right, Strength card. I love that Strength card is clarified by the Strength card. So definitely strength. You need strength to continue on this path of change. And right, the Hermit, continuing on your path. And obviously there's the whole independence element as well that's in there. What's this? Justice. That's about what's getting what's right for you and what's honorable for you. The Empress, again, that self-care, self-empowerment energies. self-discovery with the Hermit as well. Let's get one more card and then we'll wrap up the reading for you. And you have the Sun. Oh, wow. It feels like for everything to, the Sun feels like it's about everything becoming clear to you and getting your own sense of happiness and fulfillment, and light, getting the light back into your life. If you felt like you've been in the dark or in the darkness, it's getting that energy back. So yeah, the main bit of advice is it's about having the strength, the courage, and having strength, have courage, have resilience to continue being who you are, battling against anybody you've got to battle against, and doing what's best for you. So I'm going to get you a final card of advice now from the Black Moon Lilith Cosmic Alchemy Oracle. So final card of advice for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. What's the final card of advice? Final card of advice for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising for January 2024. So you've got one card. Mercury, communication and truth. And that did come up a few times, didn't it, about communication, where I was saying I wasn't sure if you've already had conversations or you needed to. So before I even get into this message, if you don't already know what your Mercury sign is in your birth chart, you may want to check that, because I'm 99% sure there's going to be something here where it gives you a bit of guidance based on your Mercury sign. And there's a link in the description box if you don't already know that information. It will help you to generate your birth chart. So 24, it's communication and truth. When the Mercury Oracle card appears, it's time for you to tap into the alchemy of your thoughts, speech and the written word. All is mind, and your words are the spells that fashion the masterpiece of your reality. This is the Hermetic universal law called mentalism, and a powerful manifestation practice to integrate during your alchemical journey. Your thoughts and words create the frequency and vibration that attract people, places, and things into your life. When you receive this card in an oracle reading, the opportunity to speak publicly or step into the spotlight is also coming. Be confident in your voice and don't be afraid to share your ideas with the world. Your power to manifest is increasing. Harness it by channeling your thoughts in the direction of your dreams. Mercury is the messenger, master communicator, wordsmith, and cosmic magician. The planet Mercury is associated with the Greek god Hermes, known as Thoth in Egypt. Hermes or Thoth was the scribe of the gods, the patron of writing, learning, intelligence, astrology, magic, and alchemy. In astrology, Mercury represents communication, thought, and speech. It is the closest planet to the Sun and the fastest moving planet in the solar system. It rules over the air sign of Gemini and the earth sign of Virgo. Gemini rules over the social side of Mercury, while Virgo is more analytical. Mercury in your chart determines how you channel information from your imagination into the physical world. Look at your unique birth chart to identify where your Mercury lies, to understand how your mind processes information. So your thought frequency according to your Mercury sign. So Mercury in Aries is verbal leadership. Mercury in Taurus is creative wordsmith. Mercury in Gemini, verbal genius. Mercury in Cancer, emotional communicator. Mercury in Leo, expressive speaker. Mercury in Virgo, analytical wizard. Mercury in Libra, balanced discussions. Mercury in Scorpio, intuitive thought. Mercury in Sagittarius, broad perspective. Mercury in Capricorn, realistic and grounded. Mercury in Aquarius, logical intelligence. Mercury in Pisces, emotion and feeling. It says, you are a magician and your words are your wand. Unlock the power of your thoughts. So communication is going to play a role in this somehow, whether it's how you process your thoughts or whether how you express your needs. But there you have it, Sagittarius. So I'll leave your message there. Feel free to like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. Thank you again for watching. Happy New Year.